Okay, we've still got some people milling around, but we'll go ahead in the interest of time, get started with what we're doing. So I want to welcome everybody for being here this morning. And y'all, it is cold outside.
Yes.
I was not prepared for that this morning and how I got dressed. So I'm Ann Thomason, and I'm the chair of the Northeast Connection, and we're small business connectors. So I know I've seen a lot of people chit-chatting. If there's somebody you haven't met, take the time to do that, because our purpose is to connect while we're here. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. We've had some yeses in the room, very excited yeses. And I do want to take a minute. Our sponsors aren't here today, but I still want to thank Blue Cross Blue Shield and R2I2 for giving us this fabulous space. And we're going to go ahead and dive into the panel, and I'm going to let the panel members introduce themselves. So we'll start with a great names next. Here.
Hi, Perry Lancaster with Brittons on the Lancaster.
Jeremy Becraft, Mast store on City Lindler property.
Ashley Lindler, who's a little happy, do that in house. And next then will be.
Can y'all hear them? Like in the back, you can hear them without, because that mic doesn't. I'm not sure it's picking very much up. So we're here today to discuss the shopping local. So I know we're getting into the Christmas season, and it is so tempting to jump on Amazon because it's just easy, it's fast, it gets delivered right to your door. But there is such a benefit to making sure that we shop locally and support our local businesses. So we'll start with Jeremy and go straight down the line. And if everything is covered, you don't feel like you've got an answer, like don't feel like you have to jump in just to jump in. But what are the key trends and shifts you observed in holiday marketing strategies during the holiday season?
Good question. I would say there's been a lot of change over the past, say, 6 years, especially because now with online and big box stores, they're doing their big sales much earlier. Where you're starting to see sales in September and October, where you would normally see those things happening right at Black Friday. So for us, Black Friday has not been the big sales day that it used to be. I think that we just have to adjust to get there. We hold a lot more events during the holiday season than we had done in the past, trying to create ways to draw people into the store and stuff. And now we every year, twice during the holiday season, Santa into the store, which is a big draw for us. Try to have as many book signings as we can, and have a lot of tasting local vendors that we have here. Yeah. But it's definitely changed, and we have to continue to adapt to the change in retail and competition with online sales and the
How about you, Aaron?
Okay, Susan.
Yes, sir.
It's my turn. It's your turn. Susan is passing out a flyer that we are sending out to customers today. We're doing it on our social media. Jeremy was just saying, you've got to give a reason for that person to come to the store. And you'll see here, which is being passed out, special events. We've been doing this for like 20 years. But just for example, as just mentioned Jeremy's here, you've got to give a reason for that customer to come to your store. You will not get this on Amazon. You will not get this in the brown box being delivered to your store. We do a Christmas brunch this coming Saturday. It will be food and beverage, music just going unbelievable, great Christmas decorations. Next weekend, on December the 8th and 9th, December the 8th, I'll have Ben Ross, the creator of Brackish Boat Pies. Brackish Boat Pies is a company started 11 years ago. And I don't know if I had the right insights, but I made the right call 11 years ago to contact Ben Ross. He went to AC Flora, he went to Walker College. They started Breakout, right? The first brick and mortar store in the United Friday the 8th, the only trunk show that he does, in the country. He lives 2 miles away, lives in Forest Acres, but he'll be in our store from 12 to 6, signing boxes, talking to customers, and you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that other than coming to the store. And we'll be continuing that event on Saturday. We carry the ladies collection. We have the best selection of brackish we've ever had. And bringing on another note, during COVID, that was the item that drove up with the brackish. Made in Charleston. It takes 5 hours to make this bow tie, sustainable feathers. As I continue, the next Saturday, the 16th of December, we're having Health Day. Health Day is be kind, be nice, open the door for your friend, open the door for your mother and father, your grandkids, whatever, just be nice. We're open Sunday the 17th. We never open on Sunday, but during the holiday time, we open from 12 to 5, again, food and beverage. Okay, December the 23rd, get your bow on. We are known, this is our signature wrapping. It is a red box with Brittons on it, and this is a hand-tied bow. We have bowettes that work in the store, and they tie these hand-tied bows. This is a signature of our store. And to finish it out, Christmas Eve. We open Christmas Eve. Yes, it falls on Sunday. Yes, we're open 10 to 6. We have Santa that comes from 12 to 2. So that's what we do to separate.
As far as trends are concerned, I saw a video the other day in Walmart in 2005 on Black Friday. And remember the days when they would pull out the big boxes, and people were clamoring for each other, people would get trampled, and like there were fights, maybe someone died, I don't know, it was crazy. And then they showed a video of 2023 Walmart, and everything was empty, it was ghost town. Plus everyone does their shopping in these big box stores online now, right? So for us as small businesses, we still are getting, just like Gary and Jeremy were saying, we're getting our customers inside. Whereas the big box stores, they're competing online. Our job is to bring you guys in, give you that homey feel where you're part of the community, you're shopping inside, your friends from the neighborhood, and you're communicating with us as individuals, as associates, and we're giving you the hand-tied bows, the recommendations from the 22-year-old because you're buying for your 22-year-old niece or whatever. And so how we market that is through social media. And so we try to do as much as possible through our platforms of Instagram and TikTok, and doing stories every day, multiple stories, and we try to put our face on there so people come into the store and feel like they know who we are. Even though they don't know us, they're like, oh, that's Sarah Francis, and Sarah Francis, she made this joke the other day. Ashley's the owner, and just having that connection as soon as you walk through.
So I have a different perspective. I obviously don't know the small store, but my background prior to chamber was in retail marketing. I did that for about 10 years, opening stores in different companies around the nation. And now at the chamber, our big focus is obviously supporting our partners. So from my previous life, I would say the big change, everything was gone. Everything was very different. The thing that has stayed from back then and now is the community aspect of it. Doesn't mean people don't go in their house and never come back out. You're part of this, you're doing events, you're doing ways for you to talk to your customers. The biggest piece of advice I can give is figure out who your customer is and meet them where they are. If you don't know who your customer is, that's definitely. But hoping and relying that they're just going to find you because they like your product and you're going to do it won't get you as far as having a physical community. You can just do the favor, we'll talk about later that you can replicate, but meeting folks where they are. They're at home and they are right now an actual level of my file. Anybody knows we can find them something next. But I'm not searching Google, I'm going with it. Where are people talking about? Are there going to be a trade show? Are they going to be this, that, and the other? So finding where your customer is, meeting them there, whether that's online online, whether it's out of community event, whether it's small sponsorship, and, those are where I think you're going to see the most long in the holiday season.
So with the talk of social media, how do you get through the noise? So there is, our inboxes and our emails are just slammed all season long. Our mailboxes are slammed. We get if you ever signed up for anything ever in your life, you now get the gift of 9,000 texts on your phone all season long. How do you get through all that noise to get people to pay attention to you? Just whatever order.
It's probably a little bit harder for me to answer that because I don't have control of social media for company. And so, but we do have a social media team that is pretty solid at pushing out stuff that people are looking at. We've also one of our parts of our business, we have a big night business. We created a YouTube channel that is really starting to take off. We're starting to see a lot of people subscribing to that and stuff. So I really don't have as much of a great answer about how to get through all of that. Maybe some of these guys have better answers.
Well, one thing that I can hear is exactly right. Sign up for something, you get, the next Monday morning, you get an email after email. We are taking a couple of different approaches. Like, I can give you an idea of during the pandemic, we would send pictures of clothing to customers that we wanted to focus on. We know that they like that particular brand, we send pictures of it. I have met people in the parking lot during pandemic time, whether days are over, but even now, we will get a collection in the ladies department. Eileen Fisher, we're the oldest continuous specialty store in the United States. Carry Eileen Fisher as a ladies collection. For 40 years we've carried it, and when we get a group, if we get a collection, we got it in yesterday. They're pre-sales members. They're texting showing pictures of that clothing. Again, you're not going to get that on. Speaking of giving back to the community, something that we have continued to do each year. For this year in 23, we did an event in April, the weekend of the Carolina spring football game. We teamed up with the Carolina marching band. We did an event called Brittons Bands Together. We had people from the band come in the store. We did make a donation, X amount, even if we sold scholarships from a $20 standpoint all the way to a $500 standpoint. Different discounts and different things, but we raised $10,000 for the marching band. I will go ahead and say in 24, we'll be doing an event in April again. We're going to be raising money for the marching band to go to the Macy's Day Parade. That's how we're going to work that. And it was very successful. Had Coffee come, it was a terrific event on WIS-TV, partnering with the university. They opened the doors on that. It's been amazing. In July, we did Christmas in July. That has been, we've done it for 19 years. And what we did there, make a donation of $20. That $20, we matched it, and we bought 80 gift cards for teachers at Rosewood Elementary, at AC Moore, giving back to the community. And I just had a teacher in on Friday that was shopping in the store. So I just want to thank you for that $40 gift card. It brought me to your store. Let me just tell you, I was in the teacher's lounge as we left on Tuesday, and the chatter was, oh, what are we going to buy online? What are we going to click and get for our family? And she spoke up and said, do you remember what Brittons did? That's where I'm going to stop. But you're not going to get that on Amazon. That's just one example. And one more thing is I kind of ended here of talking about reaching out to different people. Divine Evening was early November. We worked on a local salon. Stephen Deza, a Pearl Park recipient on Marine. We done that for 3 years. Same thing, $20 donation. We give you a coupon, 20% off one regular price item between now and the year. We raised $1,500. We matched it and put in the check yesterday for $3,000. So again, giving back.
I think to fight through the noise is not being part of it. And so I forgot that I could do that. I'm like, why am I getting all these texts from Dossier, which is a random perfume brand? And it annoys me, and I won't buy Dossier because they sent me 500 texts, right? And so I think it's important to not be a part of that mass hysteria of, I'm gonna shoot you the text, I'm gonna shoot you the emails, just because you want to get your name in there, to make it very intentional. And so, like with us in social media, if you see it, you see it. If we're what's for you, then it's gonna come through your feed. And that's especially with TikTok. I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but your For You page is very accurate. It's kind of wild and crazy how that works. And so it's amazing how many people come in from like other towns and say, we came because we saw you on TikTok. Like, oh, I didn't know that would do that. So I think it's just being very intentional and not throwing, balls at people's hearts.
Kind of echo what Karen said. One thing that we've tried to do this year especially, is our word of our community collaboration. So everywhere we go to support small business, support our partners, we're there. We launched a program last year that actually started on Monday, and this year, called Night School. And you may remember 2022, years ago. But Anna Evans, and she's our really correct. If you see something on our social media, we came up with a campaign every day. We one of our small partners who went to their location, film videos for them, interviews with them, what support about their business so that we can communicate, and not to be an ad, but we can be an ad. And we do that for 22 days total, 22 days total, and each day, if it was your chosen day, we had a promotion that was only available to other chamber partners. And we also had a raffle item, and at the end of the thing, we gave away the raffle item by social media. And from that, we got something like 21,000 social media impressions, not just in the chamber. I don't know what that looks like for all three of the other businesses that were involved. Because for us tagging them, they now are part of our and vice versa. So if you were part of the business like 5 weeks, stuff like that happens all the time that you can collaborate with and be tagged on or do a co-event, and now you're part of their audience as well, so you don't have to side of it. So if you are obviously part of the chamber, talk to us, see what we can do to help bring you in, you're interested in being part of this. We do it all year round, we do it usually in May for all month long. And again, we're starting on but there's all kinds of things available that can be intentional about the business. You don't want to be starting out with a big split with somebody, this audience.
So, Perry, you gave a good example. You give out the gift cards to teachers. You got direct feedback that,
Right.
hey, thank you so much for this. Outside of super direct feedback like that, how do you track what's successful?
That's kind of hard, but I will tell you, you do it year after year. Like this was our 3rd year of doing that with the teachers, and that's another thing that I have to bring up. Staying within your community. I mean, giving to those teachers that are within a mile of school. And actually, brought up a good point. You just can't let that noise, can't dissipate or go with the noise. You've got to focus in on your clientele, your customer, and who you're going after. It's just working with that. We just did an event in early November with an evening of style. We worked along with Columbia Art Museum, doing Alexander McQueen fashion exhibit here. So we had a ticketed event. We had 150 customers, but we are going to now make a donation by the end of the year for their summer children's scholarship camp program, which we're going to help them this coming summer in 24 with their program. Just giving back to community, connecting with other things within the community, and hoping. And then the fashion exhibit, if you haven't had a chance, go to see it. The exhibit is only 4 museums in the country are getting it, and it will be here toward the end of January. It's a exhibit of fashion. Another thing that just separates Columbia, there's something different. of it is being involved. Terrific.
Anybody else? How do you measure your holiday campaigns for success?
I think that a great way to measure it is to see how the business that you get during that time. So we, yesterday we started a promotion that if you buy a $50 gift card, we give you a $10 gift card in return. And then you can do that if you get a $100 gift card, get two $10 gift cards from someone and gift cards that you buy. And what we see, and we give a date where those cards can be used as after Christmas. Don't tell anybody they can use it anytime. But what we see when we sell all of those $10 gift cards and run out of those $10 gift cards, we know that that's a and it's a good way to bring people in after the holidays. Everything's great. We're real busy. After the holidays, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with returns. We're trying to save all that business that we lost, but it's also bringing an incentive for people to come in and shop again with us after the holidays.
So sending, we're doing holiday market, which begins Thursday, runs through Sunday. And we have good sales at holiday market, but more than anything, it's a way for me to get in front of the community and people from far and wide, because that's another event that people come from all over the state to visit, shop. And so there, I have to make sure my signage is good, that people know who we are, because we have like 200 booths that you're shopping through. Each person who has a bag will have like a huge sticker on it that says "a little happy." So as they're walking around market, they'll see, oh, they were shopping at a little happy, that's their brand. But then also I'll have a card in there that tells a little bit about the shop, and then come shop, bring this in for $10 off, $50 per. So that's how another measure, like Tierney was saying, if they bring the card in, then that works, right? And so hopefully we'll be able to make those customers at holiday market return customers at the store. Because I'm only able to bring about 5% of what we actually have in the store, so that we see that.
Speaking of gift certificates, something that we did for Black Friday weekend, for Friday and Saturday, we did it last year. We're very successful this year. We sold a Brittons gift card with $100 value, sold for $75, and they don't expire. So you could be shopping for that day, or you could be shopping for 24 for your spring collection. So we did it for 2 days. It was very successful. Same thing as that is bringing up is getting the customer back into your store. You know, yes, you want them shopping that day, absolutely, but it's also bringing them awareness of the come back to your store. Have a customer buy 5 gift cards and says, you know, I gave last year them another item I won't mention, and none of those 5 people like that. They love shopping local. They love shopping your store. I'll take 5 gift cards. I will give them to my relative. I'll give them to this. I'm going to a Secret Santa party in 2 weeks. People just get all this, you know, stuff that is meaningless. We just get a gift card. So you got a gift card, we put it in a red box. We put a bow on it. So once again, it's actually just also think of that with the holiday market, getting that person to come back into your store. But that gift card that's being given as a Secret Santa deal is how that resonates.
Thanks, Jennifer. Matt.
On our side, the way that we measure any sort of campaign, holiday, we love our community. If you have that capability, see what people are tracking, find out what people are doing, send something to MailChimp or whatever your email service is, you see exactly what people are doing. Start tailoring how you communicate stuff. The campaign I did last year, the raffle component was we had an online platform. The earn points, you had to visit all of social media for every one of the partners that were involved. So partner had a Facebook, and you saw it, you tracked that. And that's Twitter, that's Instagram. Everybody had, and whoever had the points meeting, they went and actually looked at what all of the partners were doing. The one that one prize was huge prize box. But we had a
everybody here survived COVID, all y'all on the panel survived COVID. So that was probably the biggest challenge in our most recent memories that we've faced. How did you turn those challenges into success? How was a small business were you able to do that?
So for me, is that
Sure.
for me, I started my business March 2020. I started very small and it was collective, which was a group of 5 of us in a store. And we had our grand opening on March the 6th, and then 3 days later we had a shutdown. So that was an interesting time to be alive as a business owner, and I just had to basically tell people, if you need something, then I'm going to drop it off on your porch. And I mean, I was making porch delivery for $15 items, and I didn't care. I was so happy that people wanted to buy something and support me. And there was that whole big push, right, where you were trying to keep small businesses going by supporting them and buying during that time. So the good thing that happened during that is I really had to rely on figuring out my website and figuring out social media. I had friends, my previous life, I was in direct sales, and I had friends all over the country that were also in sales with me. They wanted to support my business, so I had to build immediately a website that they could shop on. And so that turned things around for me, just figuring out how to focus on social media, focus on being able to connect with a customer when they can't come through the doors, and establishing relationships that way.
Okay, I'll take that. Well, it's kind of interesting and how things work out, but as we shut down on March the 15th for 5 weeks, you put on your website, we're closed, please support us. I have no presence on the web, so I've got to build it another way. So we put on there, call us, we'll help you with gift certificates, we saw gift certificates. So on that, we shut down on Saturday night. On Monday morning, I said, I'm going to go contact vendors. I contacted Johnny O in Santa Monica, California, the president of it. I had his direct cell number, name is John. I said, John, we need to have a conversation. I've just shut down our store. I don't know when I'm going to reopen. We got to partner. He said, what do you have in mind? I said, let's partner where they go to your website. You have access of all of your products that I can't sell with my doors open. Let's partner and you take 50% of that sale and I get 50% of that sale. In my region of my zip code, and I identified 11 zip codes. He gave it one day, I get a call back from his marketing director, and they said, we're going to do it for the whole United States. So I was able to translate a very nice amount of revenue because they gave us 50%. We put it on our website, we put it on our social media, we put it on Instagram, we put it on Facebook, go to the site. So we're able to generate business there. I called another company, Southern Tide, out of Greenville, South Carolina, a Greenville-based company, and I said, I'll just let you know that Johnny O did it Monday, it's Thursday, you've got to do it. By Monday, I had that program. So that was another way to do that. So when we finally reopened, April the 24th, and we said, we've got to have store events. Social distancing, everything. So we did literally packs of chips and packages. We had gloves up. We had, when life gives you lemons, you have a party. So for 6 weeks, we had parties, social distancing, X amount, only 18 people in the store, 19 people in the store. That's how we did that business. That's how we managed there. And it's actually also brought up is getting your name out there. I picked up so many customers that would not have been in our store on Johnny O. They bought it online. I was able to get their emails of all those orders, of those 70 orders. And I emailed them when we reopened, thank you so much for supporting us during this time. This is, come and see our brick and mortar store, come and walk in our store. And it's been amazing coming. Come from Florence, so come from Greenville, come from Greenwood, come back into the store to come to see what we actually do.
Man, so on March 19th, 2020, I had to lay off 14 employees, or furlough 14 employees. It was probably the toughest day in my being the general manager of the Mast General Store. For 2.5 months, we remained closed, and I had never worked so hard in my life during these 2.5 months. We were receiving large shipments. You can't cancel those orders; they're already put in place. So I was having to do everything, by myself for 2.5 months. What we did during that time, we were offering curbside service, where somebody can call and order something, pay for it over the phone, and be able to bring it out to them. I sold Peggy Midmaster some binoculars during that time for Henry, and stuff. But we also took that time we were planning on revamping and rolling out a different e-commerce site in the fall of that year. We were like, hey, it's a perfect time to try to test it out right now. So we rolled out that 6 months earlier than we had planned, which really helped sustain part of our business during that time. It was, we were learning things as we were going along. But one thing that we did learn during that time also is, especially when we started bringing back employees, we worked with our employees to allow them to still collect, the federal unemployment stuff. And so my employees, when they started coming back, my full-timers were working no more than 60 hours a week. But we did learn that what we can operate with, and we can operate with less a little bit than what we had. But when we opened back up, what we discovered is that people wanted to get back out there and they wanted to feel normal again. We were a type of store that I think a lot of people came to because we're an experience-based retail. People come in and they like spending quality time in our store. I think there were challenges. I would say a year was definitely very challenging sales-wise for us. But as as the next year rolled around, we started seeing people just coming back out and just appreciating what we have to offer. Don't want to go through it again, but it was we learned a lot during that time. And I think that we're a better business right now for everything that we went through during that time.
Some great answers. Did you want to add, Meg?
So from parents' perspective, obviously, you have to see, first I would say, how special are these businesses that came up with all these really creative solutions to the biggest of any of our biggest curveball you might have seen. But we saw that at the chamber for no matter what size of the small, bigger, giant corporation. Everyone pivoted in a really interesting way, a really creative way. I'm sure the majority of folks here have stories about what you did differently during COVID and how it impacted how you move forward. And that's one of the beautiful things that we got Columbia is because our community made of folks like this and folks like you that we were able to get through COVID. And I feel like we all came out a little bit more jumpy, a little bit more creative than we were beforehand. But that's one of the great things that we saw in the community. But then,
Yes, I'm asking this one to the audience, and I want to see if the panelists are surprised by any of your answers. So from a consumer standpoint, what factors influence your decision to shop small and local? Who wants to kick it off? I'm gonna start calling names, and I only got 2 of you. All right.
Well, I'm from Sumter, and so there is a little boutique shop in Sumter that I like to go to. It's called Silver Paper. they are right there handing me clothes, helping me pick out clothes. I don't like to clothes shop. Sorry, I just don't. But they're there, they're helping me. You can't get that online. You know, sometimes they'll serve coffee or some hot cocoa, or, you know, they've got the music. So it's really an experience that, and I like supporting local.
Yes.
I think very much the same thing. It's the personal service, getting something that you're not gonna get on Amazon. One thing that Terry mentioned, Brittons, I got a happy birthday card, not online, but a card that I made, and of course I'm gonna go to which one is not person life. And like all of these events I've been to, because I've shopped with Gary probably 40 years. I've been to all of these events over the years, and it is a fun time. And yes, you're spending money, you're helping the economy, but you're having fun. Mast, I go there every year for stocking stuffers in the candy section, and as well as outdoor wear, hiking, tennis shoes, that sort of thing. And then was introduced to Ashland last year at Holiday Market with that precious store of yours, and my daughter and I have been fans of yours ever since then, and we'll see you again Thursday night, out. So it's an experience. You don't get that online, and plus you meet tons of great people. The community service that all of these have done is just that's one.
As we heard, real experience. Who else has a different answer? That sums it up. Are you surprised by that? As a panel? Or those the words you would have used to describe?
I'm not surprised, but again, it's all the businesses that are here and businesses that are in the community. You've got to give an experience for the customer. Got to do that. Like you mentioned here, and picking up clothes. In the ladies department, you work along with individuals who have been there from 10 years to 40 years. We have one employer named Heather Bond. She's been there 19 years. You take the clothes, they take the clothes, you pick out the clothes, you go to the dressing room. That's your friend, that's not your friend. You need to not try that on. Yeah, that was good, that was doesn't. It's curating the collection, but also helping the customer with what they're picking out. And also,
I brought my mom into Brett 2 weeks ago, and she had hip surgery. She put down on a walker. She just wasn't in the mood to like try on clothes right then. But your wife, she's so funny, and she said a few things. She's like, "Oh no, you know, I don't buy for old people. We may be old, but we're not going to look old, are we?" And my mom has repeated that 5 times, and she said, "You got to take me back through." But now she's off of her walker. She's walking fine. It's stuff like that. It's like creating those relationships and like connecting with the customer. And so that's just a personal example of us shopping with you guys. We didn't buy anything that day. I promise my mom's going to be a good customer.
well, one thing also has been brought up, another tagline in our ladies department is, that's not your friend. You know, and you're saying in the nicest way you can ever say it. You don't need that anymore. I did want to bring up, to talk about an experience here. This is something that I worked on as COVID. I was working on this before COVID started, but this was an item that I launched during COVID, and this has been amazing. This is the Columbia belt. It is handmade needlepoint, Smiles of Branson out of Bethesda, Maryland. I know you're in the back, so you can't see everything, but this is the State House dome. This is Adley Flower, the neon sign. This is the Lake Murray Dam with all the towers. I love dogs, state dog, the Boykin. That's the cockaboos. This is yesterday's, and this is 43 years. I put the stuff on there. That's the Gervais Creek Bridge. That's the Star for Columbia. And last but least is Capstan revolving restaurant. So this has been an amazing item. You're making a note point of connecting with customers. I started designing this in late 19. It took me 6 months to, get the design down pat. to make sure this is what I wanted. Actually, it kind of stopped in its tracks when I learned that yesterday's was closing. I had not had that on the belt on design, so I stopped it. It cost me about 4 weeks in design for that to be put on there, but I wanted yesterday to be on it. It's an iconic thing of Columbia. So I had one sample made, and the sample took 3 months to make for me to get. We got one sample in July of 2020, and you got to wait 6 months for this belt to be produced. So I am forecasting 6 months. 6 months out. So in July, having a foresight, I said, I'm just going to order 72. I should have ordered 172. I pre-sold this belt. When I got that shipment in, finally, I had sold all 72 belts. So then you got to forecast it. Again, Jeremy brought out here, during COVID, you still got those boxes coming in, you can't cancel the orders, but this is a perfect example. Now I'm ahead of the curve. I have every size from a 34 to a 44 in my store, and I can sell the Columbia belt. But again, that was a challenge, not being able to have the foresight to buy it that far in advance. So that's another challenge. But again, you cannot get that online. They don't sell it on their website. You can only get it walking through that.
I think that Terry said that it's crucial in the retail environment that if you're not providing an experience-based retail experience, you're not going to succeed. And a lot of times people look at, or not as discussed as much, is a big key to that experience is the people that you have working for you, and how you treat them, how you support them, and how you build them up as employees. So I think what a lot of people like coming to the Mast General store is that the employees are happy at their job. They know the products. We have a lot of stuff that is, pretty interactive, working with footwear. We're very knowledgeable about that. Making sure that we are putting people in the right shoes, not just throwing something and putting in something that doesn't work for them. But it's a key part of our business. The founder of our company, which, I've worked for bigger retail companies before. They didn't really care about the employees. What I love about my company is when the founder of the company comes into the store, they're not really there to see me. They're there to see the employees and engage with them. That builds a happy work environment, which in turn turns around and creates a better experience for you guys when you come in the shop.
So very quickly, what do you need this captive audience to do for you this holiday season?
And share. So if you see something on social media, share it for us. Because that's the best marketing that we can get is when it's a grassroots effort. Because the people that are in your circle trust you and trust you.
It's the same as the trust that you have from the customer. Another example is a gift certificate. Had a person walk in the store on Saturday afternoon. Hey, my neighbor sent me a screenshot of your gift certificate. I'd like to buy it. The loyalty of that, them connecting. They had never been in our store, but they got a screenshot and they trusted their neighbor, their friend, their relative. So go and see what they got there. Something that's different. So that's absolutely good. Getting the trust of the community. And, another thing I just feel that needs to be known is, supporting the local people that are every day, that are living in the community, working for flicking and having it put in a box and very sterile, sent on your doorstep. I had a horrible example of a person, is they made a purchase of not a clothing item, some tools that they bought online. It was stolen from their front porch, and they were in our store about 2 weeks ago. And I said, thanks for coming in. Let me show you some product. Let me just tell you how I am not going to shop online. It was stolen from my door, on my front door. I have a ring. The person, followed the UPS driver. They took my box. There's the tools. I've got to file a claim, I've got to do this. Why didn't I go to a local hardware store on Beltline Boulevard, Ace Hardware, and know the Bowers family, they own it, and buy the tools there? Yes, I went and done that now, that proved to me I don't need to shop online. It was someone off my doorstep, or within minutes, or within 10 minutes after it's being delivered.
Yeah, come out and shop, come down to Main Street, bring your family. What I love about Mast Shipping Store is that we get, during holiday time, we get families that come in. They'll spend 2+ hours just in the store, hanging around. We're a great location because we have something for everybody. Not many places sell candy and outdoor gear and everything in between. But also, come go eat at the restaurant. Go support the other businesses. Make it day of it. Come down, go have lunch, go have dinner, then go shop and shop at the other locations that you have around our businesses. And I think that's the biggest thing that we would like to see during this holiday season. This is what we'd like to see in any time of the year and stuff. But I think that's come out and support those local businesses during this time.
Want to offer? Do you have anything else to say that you want to add?
Ditto all of that, and also share your personal experience. You go somewhere and you have a really great experience there. It means a lot whenever I really love going to Brittons that day, but if you say, it's not just Brittons, area Brittons, but it's area that day. That goes so much further, and it adds a personalization to it where your friends, those that you network with, are going to take that to heart. That's a real recommendation. It's not you can hang out and not really good. No, you're full of it. So what you say has a lot of weight. You're really far for your business, so for your it's awesome.
Thank you to our panel for coming out and sharing all that wisdom with us. Whose minds were changed? Who was going to shop at Amazon later on today? Now they're going to go get Divine Street and Main Street and stuff. But did anybody have any questions for our panel? Anything we didn't cover?
Great information.
All right, well then we will move on to Michael Yarbrough with TD Bank for our drawing.
Good morning. Just want to thank the speakers and the chamber and R2I2 for another great small business breakout session. And definitely, the whole conversation about experience, that we echo on a daily basis at TD Bank. We really try to make sure when you come in, it's more than just doing a deposit or a cash check. It's all about that experience. So I agree 1000%, with that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a draw a card for the raffle prize.
Can't turn away before you know where the bowl is. Judy Powers. And then Naomi's going to come up and give us our upcoming chamber events. But thank you to everybody that came out today. And we always love to see you. Speaking of, growing business, let's help grow the chamber. Let's help grow the Northeast Connection. Tell your friends. And with the chamber said to bring a friend, because it means more when you have a name. See, I learned something today. So thank you guys. All right, let's give our panel a hand. Thank you.
Yes, I'm Naomi Walton with the Chamber. Lastly, I just want to remind you guys of some upcoming events. We have a really fun partner engagement coming up. It's December the 7th, and it's going to be at the Hive Community Circle. So if you guys have not come out to a partner engagement before, it's going to be a really fun one. Y'all put it on your calendars to come join us. And lastly, if you are a minority business owner, please come see me or Leah in the back. We can give you some information about our Midlands Minority Business Accelerator Program. We have applications that are open right now. So thank you guys for coming. Y'all have a great day and be safe.